if the chakras are open, we can experience the nature of our incredible being that's so able and magical, but we are not always experiencing that, right? And this is where I would like to move on to the matter of ego, because we started about the first chakra, which is taking us to the material dimension. The second one is taking us into emotional dimension. So we can relate emotionally to others if our emotions are close. If we are happy and someone else is happy, we really get it, right? If we are unhappy and we find someone else who's unhappy, we connect. If we are in the same place with the person who is a friend or being next to us, we are in the physical dimension, close to each other. We feel that material being. We feel the cold, we feel the heat, we feel pain, physical pain, and so on. Touch, smell, we see, we hear. That's all the physical. The first chakra takes us into that physical dimension. And now let's go to the third one. This is the mind and will. In this chakra, we collect all our mental structures that we were conditioned to naturally absorb, learn, since we started to think as little toddlers. There is also an element of past lives, but that comes a little bit later when we get to the sixth chakra. Let's just focus on this first three. So we are conditioned to think in a certain way because of our environment, because of our background. And our will is also relating to the first three dimensions the most. And if our upper chakras are not developed enough, because that's what very often happens. Sometimes we have one upper chakra open and developed, sometimes two. Seldom all four of them. And most of the time, you were interested in this talk, so you are already experiencing glimpses. You must have been experiencing some glimpses of upper chakras, at least. Some glimpses of worlds that are more than material, emotional, and mental. So ego is the dominance of the first three dimensions. We all have, 99.9999% of humans will have the first three chakras developed. On top of that, they're like almost, not that they're overdeveloped, but they're congested. The emotional one is congested with emotions, and these emotions, they stay there unless we clear up that chakra from the emotions. But because we don't separate the emotions from the mind, we can never clear them up. We just can grow the ego by growing knowledge about diseases and the different terminology about psychology and so on. And I'm not putting down our science and psychology. It's you know, important, maybe entertaining, but it does not help us to, it does not help us in spiritual growth. And the reason is, and this is very important, the reason is that we understand everything through this mind, through logical, linear thinking. And since science does not have a grip on spirit, or has no acceptance of chakras, and especially the upper ones, has knowledge of brain, which is the first dimension, right? Brain and all this intricate world of what brain does, and all these tiny little things, all our nervous system and everything. This is all the first dimension. So it does not really explain consciousness from the viewpoint of Kundalini, an individual unit of consciousness, which is an incredible being, right? It's an immortal being, and we'll get to that in a second, because here we are in the first three dimensions, and as you know, most people understand life from that perspective, be it just individual ego, or group ego, or whole humanity ego. It's just seeing life from the first three, through the first three chakras, experiencing the first three dimensions. And where is love? Love is here. Our consciousness needs to move up. And some of us have that chakra open, and we feel the need for more love. We understand that it's important, and all the concepts that come with it, like truth, justice, help, support, home, surrender, devotion, and there are many, many words that come with that concept. Somehow it's hard to find them in these three dimensions.